Hello, it is Codyness here, and welcome to part 3 of my homecoming series. If you haven't seen the last 2 videos on homecoming that I made, links will be in the description below, but this episode is going to be about the talent portion, or also referred to as creative explosions. So the way creative explosions works is that first is the Q&A portion, which is only 2 questions, and one of them you actually pull out of a hat, and then goes into the talent show portion where every single candidate gets the chance to showcase their talent. And your boy does not have a lot of talent because he cannot sing, nor dance, nor beatbox. I don't know, I ran out of a third option. So I came up with this concept of doing sort of a Skype call where the Skype call would be pre-recorded, but I would still be saying my parts live with the person, and it was very deep and it was very emotional, and I really messed up with this one because I kept my friend Manny up until 3 a.m. scripting and just sort of fine-tuning everything. And not to mention, there were so many technical difficulties that we actually had to shoot it like 2 or 3 times because the audio wasn't working. So Manny, thank you so much for that, because you stayed up with me so late, and I know you had to wake up early, but you were so patient with me and you were so understanding, and I appreciate that so much. And you're gonna realize, for those of you guys are watching, you guys are gonna realize why I feel like absolute garbage when I say that we filmed it and I edited it and I ended up not actually going with that concept. And I felt so guilty because I had wasted my friend's time, because Manny is an absolute angel. And he helped me create this concept that I didn't end up using. I still feel bad for not realizing sooner that my original concept was something that I didn't want to do. For some reason, I still stuck with it. And I really wish that I had knocked some sense into myself sooner and realized that I should have been working on an entirely new concept. So what ended up happening is that I went to rehearsal, which was about 48 hours before the actual creative explosions. I acted it out and it was a complete disaster. Luckily, I had also come with another idea. So despite the fact that I was creating this deep and emotional creative explosion piece, I on the side had also come up with another idea, because one day I just needed a break and I was just like, you know what, let me just create this backup idea in case if I ever use it. And I was actually inspired by the YouTube video A Gay Disney Prince by Thomas Sanders and John Cozart, which is why I chose to wear this shirt, because this shirt is by Thomas Sanders. And I came up with this idea involving Disney princesses and homecoming royalty based on that video, and I loved it, and I fleshed out almost the entire concept almost immediately. So after my mess of a rehearsal, I pitched my Disney princess idea to the homecoming personnel, and they told me, you can still go with your original idea, but based on the way that you're talking about this Disney princess concept, you're so much happier with it. I was still sort of going back and forth because I had put in all of this work into this deep and emotional one, and I didn't want to let it go. But luckily, my friend Dan was there during my rehearsal, and he really helped me out. After my rehearsal, I took him aside and I was just like, hey, can we go on a walk? He had to go somewhere, but he was just like, yeah, sure. And I explained to him everything that was going on. I was having a bit of a meltdown. I pitched both of my ideas to him, and he was just like, you need to do the Disney princess one. And I can't explain to you how much Dan helped me that night, because I was just not in a good place. I was just like, I'm wasting people's time. I need to redo this whole concept. I don't have a lot of time. But he really helped me and he really calmed me down. So Dan, I know I've shouted you out in the previous episode, but I do need to thank you again because you really did help me that night. And had it not been for you, I think I would have just freaked out for like 24 hours more. So the whole Disney princess idea was essentially I got homecoming court, and then my fairy godfather would appear and who would put me through all of these trials to see if I was a Disney princess. But the homecoming personnel actually recommended that I combine both of my ideas and start out with the deepest stuff of me not quite knowing where my life was going, and then my fairy godfather appearing and him being like, oh, you don't know where you're going, you don't have any dreams, well, let me help you out with one of your childhood dreams, which was to be a Disney princess, and then go through all of those trials and tribulations in order to make me a Disney princess, and with a bit of a surprise twist at the end. In terms of my fairy godfather, I knew from the start, even like when I was just playing around with the concept, I knew I wanted my friend Joseph to be my fairy godfather, because if there is anybody in my life who is a fairy godfather, it would be my friend Joseph, because I can't explain it. He just is a fairy godfather, and there's no other way to explain it, and I do have to thank Joseph right now, because I essentially had 36 hours to rescript and reshoot and do all these things for my new concept, and he was there for me almost every step of the way. I do have some footage of that, which I will insert right now. And me and my friend Joseph have like sort of solidified something. Oh, this is my friend Joseph, by the way. You want to say anything? Like how amazing I am or anything?
He's pretty chill, you know. He does the job. I don't know, what am I supposed to say?
I don't know either. Whatever. Anyways, he's going to be playing my fairy godfather because he definitely has had that role in my life. You know, been supporting me. By the way, we also need to go back to Dunkin' one of these days.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we need.
I need to get you good hot.
Oh my god! Wait, I got hot apple cider at the carnival today. It was like lukewarm, so like I could chug it.
It was so good.
So your boy is gonna take his old silver Converse and, you know, transforming these Converse and bedazzling them to be sort of like my glass slippers. So your boy cannot wait. I would have showed you like this fully painted, but bedazzling comes first because that takes longer. Oh my god!
It took like 30 minutes.
Took longer than that. So Joseph, thank you so much, and if you ever need anything, do not hesitate to ask me because I owe you big time. I owe Joseph big time for helping me recreate my creative explosions. So all in all, I spent 36 hours putting together this Disney princess idea, and I worked on it literally up until about 5 minutes before final rehearsal. It was very intense. And my camera battery just died, so I'm just gonna finish it up here on my iPhone. Creative Explosions was probably my favorite part of Homecoming because I just gotta go on stage and have the time of my life. During my Q&A portion, I got to shout out Derek. Also, little fun fact, I was not only in my own Creative Explosions, but Dan also asked me to be a part of his Creative Explosions piece, so I'm just honored that he chose me to do it. To end off this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to insert the footage of my Creative Explosions piece. Shout out to my friend RJ who was in the audience filming for me. My university also did live stream it, so I will leave the link to the live stream down below and a list of timestamps in which my face appears. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can. So yeah, enjoy.
About Cody's life in. Yes. So Cody is a senior applied mathematics and statistics and economics major. He's been involved in Hall Council as a historian, an interbuilding relations officer, and currently serves as the public relations officer of Tubman Hall. He also, He also works for a residential safety program as a desk monitor and is in Dumbledore's Army Club. Cody is always looking for new things to get involved in on campus. All right, so judges.
Hi, Cody.
Hello.
In your essay, you mentioned that homecoming royalty is about how Stony Brook has enabled you to grow and to change for the better. You've also mentioned that running for a leadership position was your greatest achievement. Why was running for leadership position and not winning it your greatest achievement?
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you so much for your question. I think that, I know it's cliche, but I genuinely do believe that you learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. And I'm gonna be honest, I had a very big ego entering into that election, and I was gonna be petty, and I was gonna be like, I don't wanna be a part of this club. I'm gonna be petty. I'm not showing up again. And then I gave myself a mental smack on the head with a frying pan like Rapunzel did, Entangled. Well, not with herself, but you get the idea. And I love princesses. And I was just like, Cody, you need to let go of your ego. You love Dumbledore's army. You love being a part of the Harry Potter club. So why not just be a general body member? If you love something, you're going to find a way to be a part of it. And I have applied that throughout my entire life. I hang out at the LGBTQ+ Center, even though I couldn't get a job there. I promised that I would go to every hall council meeting, even if I didn't get elected. So there's more than one way to get involved in something that you love other than the leadership position, because a general body is just as important as any leadership role. Thank you. Just like that.
Matt has a question for you.
So, Cody, what is the best advice you've ever received?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to think about this one. I'm actually going to quote what my friend Derek Wagner told me when I was writing my... I know Derek's in the audience. I'm blinded by the lights, though. I'm still blinded by the lights. That's not gonna help. Anyways, when I was writing my homecoming court application essay, he told me that... Sorry, I'm getting emotional here. Sorry, what? That there are thousands of different stories here at Stony Brook, and that my story is just as valuable as anybody else's. So I should try to honor that as much as I can. So Derek, I know you're in the audience. I'm still blinded by the light. So just thank you for that. Okay. Oh, hi, Derek.
All right.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm dreams or aspirations or I just don't know.
You've been here before. You've been here before. And you've been through this before.
I know, but now that it's senior year, everything just feels so much more real. But listen, I gotta go, but thanks for listening to me rant. I do appreciate it. So, I'll catch up with it.
Catch up with it. Good luck out there. You got it.
I don't know. Do I?
Don't give up now. Even miracles take a little time.
I'm sorry, who's there?
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Joseph, your fairy godfather.
Okay, so why exactly are you here?
Well, you said you didn't have any dreams, so I'm here to help you fulfill one of your oldest ones.
Oh my god, you're gonna help me marry Zac Efron?
What? No. I'm going to show you that you're a Disney princess.
How exactly?
With my new game show, Are You Disney Royalty? Are you ready? Great, let's get you on stage.
What is happening?
Alright, Cody, now let's make you beautiful. Bippity boppity boo.
No! Jesus!
Wait, hang on. Now we're gonna have someone test to prove if you're a Disney princess. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great, let's get started with the first test brought to you by Casey.
Hey Cody, every princess has their song. Now can you sing?
I don't know if I can sing, but...
Second question. How do you live with animals? Free out Exhibit 8.
Whoa, sorry audience. I'm currently being told by Stony Brook that we are not allowed animals and that I needed a permit. Let's just move on to the next task.
Okay, Cody, it's time to find you a soulmate. We set up a dating profile for you on the app Prince. Let's see if we can find your Prince Charming. Alright, I'm just gonna go. We've done the previous tasks, but for the last one, we're making it an all or nothing. All you have to do is look at a form of water and reflect.
Do princesses even do that?
Yeah, totally. Like Rapunzel, Mulan, Snow White, Moana.
Okay, fine.
Great. And here's your water.
You got anything closer?
Fine. Go to the bag over there.
Oh, what's this? Oh, wait, what? A hydro flask? Really? What am I supposed to world?
Think, what made you look up to Disney princesses?
And I would, sorry, I had to do it at once. Well, I don't know. It's just, I think what I like most about them is that they never gave up on their dreams, and even if they didn't have one, they kept looking for one. I think that's why when I was little, I just loved the Disney princesses. Is that right?
You finally got it. Look inside the bag again. There's something else there for you.
Crown?
You know what you have to do. And with that, my work here is done.
If this crown represents someone that doesn't give up on their dreams, then it doesn't just belong to me. It belongs to everyone on board. It belongs to everyone in the audience. It belongs to everyone on that live stream. So, as it is October 3rd, it's just plastic. Just cheap plastic. So, why not share it? Here's to someone that still believes in magic. Here's to someone that still believes in themselves. Here's to the live audience. And finally, here's a little something for everyone else. All right, have a wonderful night, everyone, and remember, all you need is a little faith, trust, and pixie dust. Have a good night, everyone.
Guys, so this is Derek Wagner and this is RJ Samodal. They have been two previous Homecoming Court nominees. I was a part of his Homecoming Court Creative Explosions, and full circle, guys. I hope I made you guys proud. He's been helping me out so much, and RJ, yo, I would not be here without RJ.
Cody right here, fantastic job. Let me tell you, this man did a fantastic video production. So let's see Cody tomorrow at
Oh God, I'll talk to you guys a little bit, but yeah. Okay, another past Homecoming Royal here, Ian Lesnick. So this kid helped me out so much with my application essay. I would not be here without him.
It's absolutely incredible. It's all you. All you.
I would not be here without you. So yeah, oh my God, I can't believe it's happening.
It happened, you killed it, and now we'll see what happens at the game.